चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय सदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय सद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरविष्णवे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपीकांत राधाकांत नमोस्तुते। सप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। भक्त्या विहीनाय अपराधलक्ष्ये क्षिप्तस्तकामादितरङ्गमध्ये कृपामयि तं शरणं प्रपन्ना वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दम्। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Okay. So yesterday I tried speaking something, but there was not good in connection. Today in this center here, which is a farm near in Texas called Sydney Farms, we are trying to hear the glories of Jagannath, and we observe Rath Yatra around the world. Many devotees, they arranged and they participated Sankirtan of the Sri Jagannath. Uh, in continuation from yesterday, what I was saying, Krishna being in Dwarika, feeling pangs of separation from Brajvasi. So it is like, Hare Krishna. Okay, can raise volume. The raise volume. Yeah. What is the significance of Rath Yatra? And who is Jagannath? Who is Jagannath? Shri Jagannath is Krishna. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to see Jagannath and saying, Vigre nahi tumi sakshat Brajendra Nandan. You are not just one deity, you are Sakshat, you are Krishna, Brajendra Nandan Krishna. So Mahaprabhu used to see Jagannath. Generally, Jagannath means the Lord of Universe. But Mahaprabhu used to address Jagannath because in the mood of Radharani, being sarcastic on Krishna, as in Brahmar Git, Krishna said, Radharani said, Api but Madhurpure Ariputre Adunangse, means in a very sarcastic way, Radharani addressing Krishna that now you are Lord of Mathura. Why you care for us? Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being Krishna himself in the mood of Radharani, addressing Jagannath, O Lord of Universe, why you forgot us? So, Vipralam Kshetra. Sri Jagannath Puri is known as Vipralam Kshetra, where the mood of separation and where the mood of intense union also. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is combined form of Radha and Krishna, but seeing Lord Jagannath, he is crying and weeping. Seeing seeing Jagannath as Krishna and considering himself as Radharani, because the mood is prominent. The mood is Radha. And seeing Jagannath as Krishna, and Jagannath seeing Mahaprabhu as Radharani, and Jagannath also crying. That's why Sri Jagannath Puri Dham, there are so many names of Sri Jagannath Puri Dham. Sri Kshetra, Shank Kshetra, the Sri Jagannath Puri, the territory Jagannath Puri looks like a conch. So Shank Kshetra, Sri Kshetra, Nilachal, Jagannath Puri Dham, and Vipralamba Kshetra. Vipralam means separation. Where Sri Jagannath feeling separation from Mahaprabhu, seeing Mahaprabhu as Radharani, and where Mahaprabhu seeing Jagannath as Krishna feeling separation. So the whole idea of Rath Yatra is bringing Krishna from Dwarika to Vrindavan. Dwarika means full of opulence, and Vrindavan is sweetness. So the journey from Aishwarya to Madhurya. Who's bringing this journey from Aishwarya to Madhurya mood? Braj Gopi. They don't like the idea Krishna being in Aishwarya. The identity of Krishna is Swayam Bhagwan, means Brajendra Nandan, who is our Aradhya. Aradhya Bhagwan Brajesh Tanya, Sadham Vrindavanam. He always stays in Vrindavan Dham. But Krishna, you went to Dwarika and you forgot her. We want gopis. So what is this chariot? Chariot is the heart of the gopis. And what is the rope? The rope which binds Krishna. Making Krishna riding on the chariots of their heart. And with that love, bringing him from the mood of Aishwarya to the mood of Madhurya. Understand? This is the idea behind Jagannath Rath Yatra. Bringing him from the abode of opulence to the abode of sweetness. From Aishwarya to Madhurya. So, couple of stories. What I was saying yesterday was, when Krishna in Dwarika, not happy there, feeling separation from Brajavasi. So Krishna, if you feeling separation from Brajavasi, why don't you just go to Braj? Why are you making everyone burning in separation? And why constantly thinking about them? You are also in separation. Why you went to Dwarika? The mood of sweetness, Madhurya is present behind the scenes. If we say Krishna is Supreme Lord and he can do everything, then there is no flavor of any pastime. But Krishna is enacting human-like pastime. So therefore, he can't transgress that sweetness. Why you went to Dwarika? What was the need? Yes. After killing Kamsa, Krishna got so many enemies. The wives of Kamsa complained to Jarasandha the best of all demons, very powerful Jarasandha, who attacked Mathura. 16 times he attacked Mathura, collecting so many demons because he wanted to kill Krishna. Krishna thought, if I, even though after killing those demons here in Mathura, if I go to Vrindavan in Gokul to my Brajvasis, then Jarasandha will attack on Vrindavan. And my Brajvasis are so simple and humble, they don't have any weapons to protect themselves or to fight back. They have no weapons. They only have sticks. What sticks going to help? How sticks going to help? Therefore, I don't want, because of me, my Brajvasis get in danger. Better I should go far from Vrindavan and stay in Dwarika. I keep myself far. I know I'm going to suffer a lot because Vrindavan is my abode. Because my all objects of love is in Vrindavan. Going far from, even we feel that. If we are away in foreign land, far away from a hometown, how do we feel? Krishna being so many years away from his best and his favorite, Shri Vrindavan Dham, and his objects of love, all Brajvasis, especially his gopis, and then Radha Rani. How can he feel? So Krishna, we understand your point. If Gopi is asking this question, you're doing this for us to save Brajmandal from the attacks of the demons, Jarasandha and all. That it's been so many years. Now you come back. You come back for some days, spend some time here, and then you go again. At least we'll get some hope. Gurudev said, once upon a time in Mathura Math, Shri Gurudev spoke on this subject for so many days and totally immersed in that mood of gopis. Sometimes pointing to Krishna, sometimes sarcastic on Krishna. We can see how he was absorbed. Or you are in Dwarika, you married there, we understand you did a sacrifice. You want to protect and save your Brajvasis. You sending Baldev Prabhu to pacify Brajvasis. You sending Uddhav to pacify Brajvasis. Why can't you just come? Spend some time and then you can go back. And you are king of Dwarika. You bring your elephants, you bring your horses, you bring your army here. And then spending some time, you go back. Why are you always sending some messengers? That's more frustrating. That means you're giving us a hope and you're also telling that you still love us so much. Then why are you not showing up? Just tell us, I don't care about you. Then we will lose hope and we will just meditate on your pastimes, on your memories. But you're also giving us hope by sending messengers. It's not Uddhav who's coming to Vrindavan. It's not Baldev Prabhu who's coming to Vrindavan. Who's coming? Krishna is coming in the form of a message that I still love you. I still like you all. A message is coming through them. So why don't you come? Then Gurudev gave examples. I'm remembering those words of Srila Gurudev and trying to exactly speak those words. Why don't you come? An example is given. If Krishna comes to Vrindavan and then he goes back, that would be putting Brajvasis more in separation. It's just like a homeless person with no food, starving, very hungry, and you bring a big plate of food, different preparations, right in front of that person, and he gets so much craving, wants to eat everything, and just moment he about to eat, you take that plate out from him. Understand how frustrating it is? That's why Krishna is not coming. Always remember, in the back of the story, Krishna is Karuna Sindhu. He's the ocean of compassion. But that's the back of the story. So Tattva Vichar and Ras Vichar. From Tattva Vichar and from Ras Vichar, both have to be parallel. But in the pastimes of Vrindavan, the Ras Vichar overlaps the Tattva Vichar, becomes more prominent. But why I'm saying this? Because to understand the whole story, we should know the nature, the qualities, and the Tattva of Krishna also. Krishna is not selfish. Radharani, Braj Gopis are his object of love. If he comes to Vrindavan, even for some days, spending good time with them, and then he goes back, you know what's going to happen? Gurudev said, they will not survive them. And one example Gurudev gave, you know, in India we have this, you know, that how we make chapatis on that plate. We keep on the stove, chapati plate. When it is too hot, yeah, it cannot be cold when you make chapatis. Yeah, you roll and make chapatis, put on the plate, on that pan. When it is hot, try put some drops of water. What will happen with a sound? Gurudev said, this is what going to happen to gopis if Krishna comes and then he leaves again. Because they're already burning in that separation mood. And the presence of Krishna and the meeting of Krishna, the sweet words of Krishna, the embrace of Krishna, the dancing of Krishna will be just like, you know, showers or drops of hope and drops of love on that burning pan. And then he will, if when he will going to leave again, it will be too worse for the gopis to hold that love. For them, it will be very difficult. And Krishna don't want to give pain. And that's why his messages are going. But he himself is not going back. But Krishna, are you happy in Dwarika? No. He's not fond of becoming the king of Dwarika. The question was raised. When Kamsa was killed and there was no any more demon, Krishna came to Dwarika and all the attacks were happening on Dwarika. Then all the Yadavas, they decided Let us make Krishna our king. To become king of one country, one state or territory is an honor. And they all wanted Krishna to become king, but Krishna said, no, I don't want to become king. Make Ugrasen Maharaj the king of Dwarika. Everyone said, Ugrasen Maharaj, and even Ugrasen Maharaj said, I'm too weak and old now. I'm almost in my advanced age. I'm too old. I cannot protect Dwarika as king. Krishna, you are the best. Oh, you become king. Krishna said, no, 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 Ugrasen Maharaj, you become king and I will serve you. I will protect Dwarika, but under your guidance. Why Krishna didn't want to become king? If he become king, there's no hope going back to Vrindavan. Understand? And his whole mission is that one day I have to leave Dwarika and go to Vrindavan. Let Yadav, headed by Ugrasen Maharaj, Uddhav and all, they will take care of Dwarika. But I'm not here permanently. You see the mood of Krishna. It's not to be to become king or to always remain in Dwarika. Right in the beginning, from the beginning, the mood is I have to go to Vrindavan. So he's not accepting that throne of Dwarika. He's also tolerating so much separation there. And he's alone. There is no one to share his feelings. Brajvasis, they are together and staying in the same area, Vrindavan. And they can pacify each other. They have their shoulder. If someone is crying, give your shoulder to that person. Okay, you cry here. You understand? Giving shoulder, pacifying that person. Braj Gopis, they are embracing each other and they are petting and pacifying each other. Radharani in separation, but Gopis are there to help her. How about Krishna? Who is there in Dwarika to look after him? Balram Prabhu is there, but Krishna cannot express his love to Balram. Only who can understand Krishna is Balaram Prabhu and Uddhav and mother of Balram Prabhu, Rohini Maiya. But Krishna can speak other things, but he can't speak about his gopis, his love. Yes, because Balram is older brother. He can only, and only who can understand Krishna is Uddhav, his friend. In Brihad Bhagavatamritam, the Gop Kumar who received that Gopal mantra from his Gurudev. Brihad Bhagavatamritam, the story of Gop Kumar. Gopa means cowherd boy. He received Gopal mantra from his Guru, which is so important mantra. Without Gopal mantra, you can't offer anything to Krishna. Why Gurudev gives us Gopal mantra? Srila Gurudev used to give Harinam and Gopal mantra in the beginning, and then other mantras, because just only by receiving Gopal mantra one gets qualified to do deity worship, to do cooking, and anything related to the deities. That's the standard. Harinam and Gopal mantra. Person is considered as initiated in the beginning, and then later on other mantras also. Gop Kumar, he received this mantra from his Gurudev, and after chanting this mantra, he's crossing all those layers from this material universe as well as layers from spiritual universe, crossing Sadakshiv Dham, crossing Saket where Lord Ram resides, crossing all those Vakunthas, even Dwarika, eternal Mathura, and he entered to Golok Vrindavan. And in that Golok Vrindavan, the innermost section, which is called Gokul, he entered there just by chanting this Gopal mantra. And then he entered in that pastime, the pastime when Krishna was bringing his cows back at dusk. And Gopkumar entered in that pastime. And Krishna saw Gopkumar, Gopkumar saw Krishna, and they both embraced each other. Both start weeping and crying. Krishna is crying to receive Gopkumar. And Gopkumar is crying by getting embrace of Krishna. They both drench each other with the tears. And what Krishna said, I saw you averse to me from so many lifetimes, and I really wanted you to come here. I really wanted you to come to me. I tried so many opportunities, but you never got interested in me. And finally, I came as Guru. You know who was that Guru? Who gave you that Gopal mantra? It was me. Krishna revealed that. I gave you that. And now you are here. You see? So that's the significance. When we receive this Gopal mantra, I mentioned many times how seriously and sincerely we are supposed to chant that mantra, meditating on the object of that mantra, means the predominant deity of that mantra is Krishna. Simple word, but mantra is so powerful. So who's taking care of Krishna in Dwarika? Once upon a time in Dwarika, one Gopa, a person with a Gopa vesh, cowherd boy, dhoti, not complete dhoti, half dhoti, and one chadar, and carrying one float in his hand. When he entered, Krishna saw this. And seeing this, immediately remembering Vrindavan, tears flowing from his eyes, he became overwhelmed just by seeing a Gopa vesh, a person with a Gop outfit. You see the absorption of Krishna there. And all his ministers were sitting there in a big palace, Sudharma Sabha. And there Krishna is not a cowherd boy. He's a profile. He's sitting there on the dais. So many ministers are there. Kings are sitting next to him. Krishna feel like jumping and wants to embrace Gopkumar, that Gopa. He got overwhelmed. His throat started moving. His heart started beating high. And his eyes already got moisturized with tears. And so many kings were sitting there. So to whom Krishna can reveal his moods? Is there anyone in Dwarika? Uddhav. Uddhav came to Krishna and he understood the situation, what Krishna is going through. And Uddhav immediately touched Krishna and looked in his eyes. Made him alert. What are you doing? This is Sabha, this is assembly. No one will understand your moods here. And Krishna is trying to hold his emotions so difficult, but somehow he managed. Just like Srila Gurudev, couple of occasions when there used to be assemblies, big conferences in Mathura, in Vrindavan with so many scholars. Gurudev used to become bhavuk, emotional, but seeing that what the scholars will think about me. And it's not appropriate to show off one's pure mood because people will take differently. Gurudev used to speak some Hari Katha and he just closed his eyes. I was just speaking like this, believe me, when I close my eyes, I'm not showing off, please don't take it otherwise. I still, I'm, I'm visualizing that scene, year 2000 in Jaipur. In Shri Govindji temple, the very famous temple in Jaipur, which is like 5 hour drive from the capital Delhi. Yeah. In that very nice temple hall, and Shri Radha Govindji, Shri Gurudev was speaking all Braj pastimes, all these moods of Krishna, but glorifying the moods of Radharani over Krishna. Totally, we saw Srila Gurudev get immersed in that Braj Bhav, that he's Brajvasi. And there were so many people, thousands of people, and plus devotees. We were all sitting there and hearing. And Gurudev just spoke about the pastime of Yashoda Maya. How she Yashoda Maya, when Krishna went to Mathura and is not coming back, Yashoda Maya feeling separation from Krishna. So much separation. Even when Krishna was with Yashoda Maya and is sleeping, and Yashoda Maya is churning yogurt, he's just here in the back room. And because Yashoda Maya is not able to see Krishna, she feels so much separation. And even while churning, she's going again and again and just seeing is Krishna sleeping. Every minute, every 2 minutes, she's going inside and wants to see Krishna. Feeling so much separation when Krishna is personally present. Imagine when Krishna went to Mathura, what's happening to her? Just like life is going from her body. A person become mad in that separation. And if person don't become mad in separation, that means there is no love at all. There's a symptom. This happens by default. That has to be there. Yashoda Maya not decorating herself anymore. In whole her sari, everything is with tears, wet with tears. And she's collecting toys of Krishna from the courtyard, which was spread out here and there. She had one bag, shoulder bag, and she's collecting those toys and putting in that bag. One of the friend of Yashoda Maya, one Sati came, asked Yashoda, what are you doing? Are you going somewhere? She said, yes. I'm collecting toys of Krishna and I'm going to Mathura. Why? She asked why. Oh, because Krishna forgot me. And when Gurudev is saying this, already he is in emotions. Krishna forgot me. And now he is under guidance of Devaki. So I'm collecting these toys of Krishna and I'm going to Mathura and I will show these toys to Krishna. Maybe then he will, by seeing those toys, he will remember me, how he used to play with me. And I will beg Devaki, saying, "Oh Devaki, I will do all menial services to you. I will clean your house. I will broom, sweep your house. All services just on one price, just one time. Uh, make me have darshan or see my Krishna just one time. Because I'm not able to live without him. That's why." And while saying this, Gurudev immediately closed his eyes. I can still remember that scene. His face became totally red, and his throat is moving. And there was a pause, complete silence in the hall. Everyone is just looking at Gurudev, and he hid his mood. He hid. He don't want to reveal this. And then devotees start chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. After 10 minutes, Srila Gurudev, he came back to his consciousness. Means he came out of his emotions, I mean to say that. And when he opened his eyes, which was full of tears, when he opened his eyes, the tears started falling from on his cheeks. He goes with his cloth and he wiped those tears, and he was not able to continue that pastime. He switched over to something else. Those days, the golden period. Hearing Krishna Katha from the lips of Brajavasi. And that's why Srila Gurudev used to say, I have no other topic to speak. I was in Badger, one devotee wonderfully, he commented, he said, asking a Brajavasi not to speak uh, asking a Brajavasi not to speak about Braj. Brajavasi will die. It's just like saying that don't eat food to maintain your life, or don't breathe, don't inhale like oxygen. Brajavasi will always speak about Braj. They have no other topics to discuss. And that was Srila Gurudev's mood. So anyway, in Dwarika, Krishna is no one to look after him. He's only seeing horses, elephants, soldiers, army, ministers, opulence. But the mission was already there. I have to go to Vrindavan. Therefore, he didn't accept that throne as king. And he made Ugrasen Maharaj the king of Dwarika. So, once upon a time, feeling intense separation, remembering Shri Vrindavan Dham, Krishna fell unconscious. Seeing this, Shri Baldev Prabhu, Subhadra, sister of Krishna, Baldev Prabhu, and Uddhav and Narad, they came running. What happened? What happened? Krishna is unconscious. Naraji said, he has one disease. What is that disease? Prem Rog, the disease of Prem. Prem, understand? Prem Rog. So Narad, any remedy? Bring doctor. No, no medicine will work there. Then the only medicine is Prem Kahani. Srila Gaur Govind Goswami Maharaj used to say, Prem Kahani means love story. I know that story. I know that poem. Then Narad, what are you looking for? Sing that. Narad said, yes, I can sing I can sing. But you know what will happen? Krishna will run to Vrindavan and he will leave Dwarika. Baldev Prabhu said, that's good. This is what we want. And this was a desire of Krishna. And it's not working with my message or Uddhav's message. And if you know this story, then you speak. Narji said, but you're not understanding my point. If I speak this story in the years of Krishna, he will run to Vrindavan. And if he goes to Vrindavan, you know what he's going to see? Everything is just ruined. In his separation, no leaves on the trees. Trees are dry, like desert. Birds crying and weeping. Peacocks not chanting ke ha, not chanting. Parrots, all birds just crying and weeping. Brajvasis, no shingar anymore. Became so weak. And Radharani's condition, she's all the time unconscious state. So Baldev Prabhu, oh Uddhav, you want Krishna to see that scene, you know what's going to happen? There's a danger of his life. We don't know what's going to happen. Maybe he will not able to maintain his life anymore, seeing this happening to Brajvasis. Then they said, yes, Narad, yes, you're correct. But we can't leave Krishna like this in this state. Narad said, there is a plan. If one of you can go to Vrindavan and just inform Brajvasis that Krishna is coming, he sent me and he's just coming. Only by hearing this news, what will happen? They will all become happy and just they will get their life back. They will clean everything. The trees will get leaves, flowers, fruits. Birds start chirping. Everything will become so pleasant. We want Krishna to see this scene, not that other scene where everything is just, destroyed. So who will go? They start looking each other. Nari said, Baldev Prabhu, you can go. Shri Baldev Prabhu said, no, I can't go. Because I already been there and stayed 2 months. Chaitra and Vishak, 2 months. Shri Baldev Prabhu was in Brajmandal. Specified Nand Baba, Yashoda Maya, Krishna is coming. You know how Baldev Prabhu said? Oh, Krishna, we were both coming, but he got stopped by the kings on the way because he's accepting some worships from them. There's so many people worshipping him. Therefore, there is some delay, but he's coming, he's on the way. And Shri Baldev Prabhu performed Ras Leela with his gopis, specified Radharani and Gopi and all other gopis. Krishna is coming, Krishna is coming. And then Baldev Prabhu said, I left, came back to Dwarika. I was not happy, complaining to Krishna, why you send me there if you don't want to go? They were not going to believe me anymore. I lost everything. They will not have any faith in me anymore. And Narad, you want me to go again? I can't. They will not believe me. So don't make this become a joke. Oh. Then Naraji said, then Uddhav can go. Uddhav said, no, Baba. I also, just like Baldev Prabhu, I was the first one Krishna sent me to Braj. I tried pacify Nanda Baba, Yashoda Maya, but my all intelligence, everything got faded there. Because they are in complete sweetness. They don't know any opulence mood. And when I saw Radharani and others, that was totally different. I never ever, I don't even know what's the definition of love. Radharani is the principal in that college of love. And Lalita Vishakhas are the professors. And that's why Krishna sent Uddhav as a student, go in that school and learn what is the meaning of love. So Uddhavji said, even I tried. And if I go again and tell them, it's not going to work. But then what shall we do? Then they said, Subhadra came forward and said, I'll go. They will believe me. They all said, yes, Subhadra, yes. But Shri Baldev Prabhu said, Subhadra, I can't allow you to go. You are my sister. It's long distance. You have to go through the forest. Anyone can attack you. I can't allow you to go alone like this. Better I go first. You follow me so that I'm going to protect you. You follow me. And when we reach Braj, I'll make you go ahead. The plan was set. And Narad said, make the chariot of Krishna ready at the door. I mean at the gate. Because moment I'm going to recite this story in the ears of Krishna, he will immediately run. So the chariot driver of Krishna, called Daruk, he was ready on a chariot for Krishna. Shri Baldev Prabhu, he already started to Braj, followed by Subhadra. And then Naraji spoke in the ears of Krishna that Prem Kahani, that love story, the real love story, the spiritual, transcendental, that effulgent, that pure love story. When Naraji recited, Krishna woke up, just like a person from deep sleep. If you're, imagine, for instance, imagine if you are very tired, you're in deep sleep, and you hear Mangal Aarti is going on, and you are the first person supposed to come first in the temple hall, and you're hearing bells and Mridanga and Mangal. Oh, already Vivavari Shesha, already half is over. What happens? And falling like this, coming to Mangal Aarti. Imbalance. While walking, imbalance is coming to Mangal Aarti. Exactly happened with Krishna. When he heard this, he woke up, roaring. Vrindavan, Vrindavan, where am I? What is this place? Where is Vrindavan? Narad, what are you doing in Vrindavan? Narad said, you are in Dwarika. Dwarika? When I came Dwarika? When I came Dwarika? I was in Vrindavan. I was playing with my friends. Where is my flute? Where is my peacock feather? You see, Krishna forgot almost, I would say, 80 years. He married 16,108 queens. He killed so many demons. And he's asking now, when I came to Dwarika? This shows, no. What does it represent? His absorption. And Naradi reminded him, Prabhu, you married here. Long time back you came to Dwarika. And when Krishna heard, huh? And now he wants to run back to Vrindavan. And his steps moving, imbalance. He's running to the gate. Vrindavan, 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 running there. And this is how Lord Jagannath, if you see that video live from Jagannath Puri, you see how the servants of Lord Jagannath bringing him out is shaking, moving like this, like a drunkard. You see, an ordinary person can think this is just because it's heavy Jagannath, very tall, heavy. So servants, they are bringing him. It's difficult to bring straight, so he's moving like this. No, but this is because of pastime, because Krishna was unconscious. And Naradi recited this story in his ears. And he woke up with that remembrance of Vrindavan. So therefore he's shaking, he's moving like this. He's coming out. And immediately jumped on his chariot. Daruk, his chariot driver, was ready. So this is how Jagannath Puri Rath Yatra. First, the chariot of Shri Baldev Prabhu. From Dwarika to Vrindavan. From Nilachal to Sundrachal. From the abode of opulence to the abode of sweetness. From Aishwarya to Madhurya. Shri Baldev Prabhu. And followed by Subhadraji. And then Jagannath come on his chariot. And then his chariot moved. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, seeing this, dancing in ecstasy, jumping high in the sky, chanting Krishna, Krishna, jubilant. And chariot was moving just by the island glances of Mahaprabhu. Jagannath only moving to see the dance of Mahaprabhu. When Mahaprabhu goes back and behind the chariot, even though so many people are pulling the with the rope, pulling the chariot, not moving, because Krishna means Jagannath can't see Mahaprabhu, can't see Radharani. And when Mahaprabhu comes forward and chanting Manima, Manima, that's the way in Oriya language, Manima. And Mahaprabhu is also reciting Namo Brahman Devaya Go Brahman Hetaya Jagat Hataya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namah. Mahaprabhu is reciting those verses. And this is how, with a glance of love, rope is not required there. You think rope is needed to bind someone? There's one rope of love, which cannot be seen, which is not in any shape, but you can bind someone with that rope. Yes? You see, like we all conditioned souls, Maya has binded us. There is no rope around us, but we are entangled. Maya binded us. Similarly, there is no rope to pull the chariot. Only the loving glance is enough to move a person. Just loving glance. So Mahaprabhu was actually making the chariot move. Rope was just there for the people. Krishna only moved from the indication of love. If Radharani glanced to left or to right, Krishna moves according to the glance of Radharani. Oh, Mahaprabhu dancing, so many mridangars. If I wanted to read actually from Chaitanya Charitamrita, but the time is over. How Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to dance and jumped high, roaring like thunder and moving in circle like a wheel. He appeared like a circling firebrand. Mahaprabhu is completely relishing this. Means Krishna, with the mood of Radharani, completely relishing this. Krishna is feeling separation from Krishna. Krishna gets jubilant to see his own form. Means Mahaprabhu seeing Jagannath. Wherever Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stepped while dancing, the whole earth with its hills and seas appeared to tilt. Mahaprabhu stepping, appears like whole earth is tilted. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced, he displays various blissful transcendental changes in his body. Sometimes he appeared as though spun. He seeing Jagannath, Mahaprabhu is like a pillar, sun. Oh. Sometimes the hairs of his body stood on end. Sometimes he perspired, cried, trembled, and changed color. And sometimes he exhibited symptom of helplessness, sometimes pride, sometimes humility. All symptoms all together. It's so difficult. So during Rath Yatra time, we see many mad people there. Actually mad. They're off. Yeah, you see so many cartoons there. They're raising finger and singing something Jagannath, wah, 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 something crazy. Sometimes you see them, they're rolling in front of Jagannath. I'm not speaking about devotees, but crazy people, actually crazy people. Oh. And you'll see sometimes they are just stunned. Everyone is moving and the person just standing and looking. Mahaprabhu is getting mad. But all these symptoms, sometimes pride. It is called uh, Virodhabhas. Pride and humility cannot be together. Laughing and crying cannot be together. So Karun Ras and Hasya Ras cannot be together. But all symptoms at same time manifesting in Mahaprabhu. Pride, then humility, changing of color, oh, stunned, moving, running. Mahaprabhu fell down with a crash while dancing. He would roll on the ground. At such times, it appeared that a golden mountain was rolling on the ground. Mahaprabhu's body is huge, big, tall figure. And Tapta Kanchan means golden. It's like a mountain fell on the ground. Nityanand Prabhu would stretch his two hands and try to catch the Lord, and he was running here and there. Mahaprabhu is just like running. If we see any person like this, we'll say he's mad. And this is the madness of love. Mahaprabhu is tasting this. He's running here, running there, running here. Nityam Prabhu is trying to catch him. Only his Nityam Prabhu and devotees, associates of Mahaprabhu understanding what he's going through. You see? Totally forgetful of what's happening and what someone will speak about me. This is called madness. My Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj. In this Rath Yatra time, along with his godbrother, Srila Bhakti Daita Madhav Goswami Maharaj and others. And Guru Maharaj was Chaitanya. Guru Maharaj, tall figure, with Mridanga and playing Mridanga and singing. Totally absorbed in that Braj Bhav. And there, in his pastime, there's this story. A pickpocketer, and he took a wallet from the pocket and is running. And there was one brahmachari. He's trying to indicate Guru Maharaj. Maharaj, your wallet. Maharaj, thief. Maharaj, thief. Guru Maharaj became so upset and stop it. What are you saying? What are you saying? He became so angry. He said, he took your wallet. Money. Guru Maharaj said, leave it. Money goes, money comes. But this mood, right now, but the mood which I am relishing now, tasting now, it will not come again. Money will come again. But this transcendental emotions, this mood, it is so rare, it will not come again. And if it happens to us, what will happen? If we are dancing and singing and someone takes our wallet, what happens? We'll run that person to get money back. We're giving more importance to money, not that emotions. But you see, Guru Maharaj, his absorption in that Rath Yatra, and not only him, his dear godbrother, Srila Bhaktivedanta Madhav Goswami Maharaj, and all, they're dancing in ecstasy, in the mood of Mahaprabhu. Actually bringing with that mood, Krishna, come to Braj. Krishna, come to Braj, in the mood. Anyway, we're going to head tomorrow again. Shri Jagannath Rath Yatra ki Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Ho Hare Krishna.